Join me as we make this salt and sweet peanut butter treat. Normally, I'd melt my chocolate in the microwave in 30-second increments, but I'm feeling a bit lazy, and it's much easier to let this set in the background, keeping my chocolate perfect while I get the rest of the ingredients together. You ever notice Reese's peanut butter cups come in that nice dark liner? Well, sorry to disappoint, we're going to be using some great value cupcake liners. You'll also need to do some modification to them, so you want to go ahead and cut them about halfway down. Then cut a 45. By cutting the 45, it will allow you to get a nice straight cut all the way around the liner. Now for the butter. And check out this half stick from Walmart. I'm just kidding. This is a little trick I like to do to keep my butter fresh on the ends. I always start by cutting off 1 tablespoon like this. Then I simply cut the amount I need for the recipe, and I place the two back together, pressing them together like this. It works perfect. Give this trick a try and let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Now I butter, get back to the recipe. I figured I'd throw in a little bit of Nick Norwood's comedy there. Alright, back to the recipe. Now, while the butter is in the microwave, we'll be adding peanut butter to a bowl. And it's important to use unsweetened peanut butter. We'll be adding 3 tablespoons of peanut butter, but be careful. If the peanut butter is more oily, you may need to use less. Unfortunately, I found out the hard way when I changed brands for this video. Next, add the half tablespoon of butter we melted earlier in the microwave. Then, follow it up with 1/2 teaspoon monk fruit extract. Now give the peanut butter a good stir until the butter and sweetener is fully combined. Now it's time for the bacon. Well, not exactly. We're going to be using pork rinds instead. And please do not substitute these. We'll be adding 1/3 cup rind flour. Personally, I find that it mixes much better if you add it a little at a time. But if you prefer, you can dump it all in at once. It'll work either way. Now to fix that issue I created earlier with my peanut butter brand change, I added an additional 2 tablespoons to get this nice consistency here. Spread that delicious peanut butter mixture onto some parchment paper. Smooth it out to your desired thickness. Once it's spread to your liking, place it in the freezer to set. Now for the chocolate. I'll be using a piping bag here, and I like to trim it to a smaller size for more control in this recipe. Once you've got some of the chocolate transferred, cut a small hole in the end of the piping bag. Then squeeze the chocolate about 1/4 inch above the liner's base. Fill the bottom of the cupcake liner with chocolate and use the tip to spread it out evenly. Then drop the liner onto the counter and gently bounce it back and forth between your thumb and finger. This will help you level the chocolate. For the larger ones, you can even channel a bit of nostalgia. Just picture yourself playing a game of Pong. And voila, a perfectly coated cupcake liner. Here's the star of the show, my secret weapon, my trusty cookie cutters, which I've had since 2018. You want to start by selecting a cookie cutter that matches the inner diameter of the bottom of your cupcake liner. Then, take the peanut butter out of the freezer. Work quickly so that it stays firm enough to place into your liners. I recommend starting with the larger ones first, as they are more likely to break as they cool. Now carefully lift the chilled peanut butter filling off the parchment paper and place it into the base of the cupcake liner. Finish cutting the chilled peanut butter and carefully insert the rest of them in the cupcake liners. Fill the space between the peanut butter and the edge of the cupcake liner. Then add chocolate to the center. Gently shake it to level out the chocolate. It's probably a good idea not to drop it like I did. Give it another little shake and then fill in the areas where you can still see peanut butter. Finish them up, chill, and serve. Guys, thanks so much for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next video.